It is time for another edition of Saltwater Sessions, and this week we're talking about fast boats racing around Narragansett Bay for a very good cause. Mike Lund and Nicole Lund joining us this week to talk about the 20th annual Poker Run charity boat race. Is that what we call it, a boat race, or just a regatta?
Just a
poker run, yeah. So
poker run.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. This is more than just boats racing around Narragansett Bay. What's the concept behind this? How did it start? What's the point to keep it going? I know there's many reasons, but we'll start with, I guess, who do you want to, who starts first? Nicole.
The wife.
Smart man.
Wow. How long ago did you start this?
20 years ago.
So 20 years ago, this started where?
Right at Borden Light Marina.
Right in Fall River.
Right in Fall River.
The very first year.
The very first year was at the marina. These events take place all over the country. Some are for profit, some are for raise money and charity. There was one in New York a couple of weeks ago, Thousand Islands. Very successful event. People travel from all over the world. And 20 years ago, a group of us, there hadn't been one in Narragansett Bay ever. And there was a big increase in performance racing, which the area is accustomed to, but usually they have sails on the back of the boats. Now it's an awful lot of horsepower. And we do it for charity, and over the years there's been a bunch of different ones, but it's been highly successful. I think last year we raised close to $80,000, and this year in the 20th anniversary is we're shooting to raise $100,000 for the day.
So, Nicole, talk about who is part of the beneficiary package of people that benefit from this, because I know every year when I've been there, they're so grateful. That is almost the highlight, seeing their faces when the check presentation takes place in the after party.
Yeah, so this year we've gone with Make-A-Wish, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island, and then we've also added the Boys and Girls Club of Fall River. So an average wish costs about $10,000. So, you know, in the last few years we've made, I don't know, a handful or a dozen wishes come true just based on what we've raised, which is so amazing. And to see the kids and their parents and their families come out and talk about how grateful they are for us to host events and raise money for them is just, I think, one of the most fulfilling parts of hosting the event. And then we're so happy to include the Boys and Girls Club of Fall River this year. They do so many wonderful things for the kids in the city and the surrounding areas, and we're just happy to be supporting them this year.
Now, there's a lot of people that you know that come back every year, and then I'm sure you have some people that just come out of nowhere that want to jump in and do it. Talk about, Mike, the community of people that you've met over the last 20 years, maybe even further than that, that love not only going fast in boats, but helping out these charities.
That's been one of the magnificent ones, and we've seen many captains be single, and then the wives show up, and then now their kids are on the boat, and in some cases the kids are now owning the boats and the parents are watching. So there are a lot of families from predominantly throughout New England, but the last couple of years we've attracted boats from as far as Florida, New York, New Jersey, and that family continues to grow. And it's funny, most people think of these types of high performance boats as not being family boats, but the irony is they really are. There's large groups that travel with them. Not all of them go on the boat, but they're part of it, and they've been an extension of our own family. This year we have a new boat. It's actually it's renowned. It's been all over the country. It's called the Kong boat. It's King Kong painted on the side with Manhattan on the side of the hull. It's upwards of almost 200 miles an hour boat. It's 50 feet long, and he's bringing it from New Jersey. It was in Key West Poker Run this past fall, so the word's gotten out. There's so much with the event, and the idea that all of it goes to charity really gets these guys fired up. And then a lot of them don't know how beautiful Narragansett Bay is. You guys on this show know there's 144 miles of boating in and out of all these inlets, and it's deep water and it's magnificent. So for them, they come into an area and they just can't believe it. So it's just exciting, and the event's grown. My wife came aboard, and she's been tremendous.
She just made it even better.
She made it. Yeah, she brought everyone usually reminds me. She brought it up quite a bit. Yeah,
I think I did a good job
notches.
of making it a family event.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the event itself, Nicole, because it's not just, show up and watch these boats race around Narragansett Bay. You've got like a whole weekend planned, and there's stuff going on land too, that people, if they want to come see the boats, get in a dunk tank, get some ice cream, an adult beverage. There's a lot going on around the event.
Yeah. So this year we actually added a block party on Thursday. So that's going to take place at the marina. We have a cigar truck, we have canned heat, we have a couple of other vendors, and then we have a bunch of the boats are going to be on display. We have cars from Empire Ford and Hyundai, who's one of our major sponsors every year. We also have cars from VD that are going to be there. And it's just an opportunity to come, walk around the waterfront, visit the different restaurants, the Tipsy Seagull, Pier 52, Canned Heat. You can go anywhere.
There's
a lot to do.
Little area. There's a lot.
Primos, the carousel. There's a lot going on in the area. So come on down. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday is the poker run, obviously. So there's a lot going on. We hope to see everybody come down and check it out.
I was in the dunk tank.
You were in the dunk tank.
I haven't been asked to be back in the dunk tank. Was it a huge failure when I was there, or did you just rotate the
well, there were a lot of people that wanted to see you go in the water, Patrick.
and I went in a lot. Speaking of the water, Mike, talk about the route that these boats take, because you're out for a casual Saturday sail or a family cruise on your Sea Ray, and you're just going through the bay, and you just want a nice chill day, and then all of a sudden at 1 o'clock in the afternoon you got 40 boats going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, it'll be over 50.
Wow.
But the one great thing about the block party, if I can back up a second, is these boats will be on display. The owners are there. They're proud of them. And the general public has full access to these machines that you don't customarily see in other racing events or any events at this time. And, they run up as $2.5 to $3 million, some of these boats. And with the cars, along with Empire Auto Group, there's going to be some Lamborghinis, a couple of Ferraris. So there's a lot for any motor enthusiast.
Yeah.
Who will be pretty fired up. As far as the route, it's exciting. We have a wonderful woman who sings the American anthem and Start Your Engines, and to see all those boats start up all at once and proceed out onto the bay.
So the scene right under the Braga Bridge.
Right under the bridge. They all line up under the Braga Bridge, and local authorities, they clear it, and they all take off. And they have varying speeds. Each captain's responsible for themselves, and the faster ones in the front and slower in the back. And from there, we go to Newport. We go through Newport and around Jamestown, and then we go up the West Passage all the way over to East Greenwich, and from East Greenwich all the way down to East Providence, and from East Providence back to Bristol, and Bristol around the Hook and back to Fall River. So it's we cover a lot of the bay in a much quicker period of time than a sailboat normally would.
Yes, much quicker, yeah.
But it's exciting to see these boats. They throw large rooster tails. They're loud. They're sexy. They great paint jobs. It's something to see.
Before we take a break, Nicole, I want to ask you about, this isn't something you just throw together in a week. This takes a long time, and I know you have a lot of people that help, sponsorship-wise, and the community that rallies around you. So it's really a team effort, right, to get this thing off the ground. I shouldn't say off the ground, in the water.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so over the years, the group of volunteers that have come together and help raise money, and whether it's gathering raffle items or getting new sponsors or recurring sponsors or just being on site that weekend, it takes a village, and it takes months of planning. And so we have a great community at the marina. Our customers come forward, they volunteer, and then sponsors like good friends of ours, George and Robin, they own Bumper to Bumper up in Brockton. They play a significant role in helping us plan this event and getting sponsors and participants. And so, it definitely takes a village.
All right. Well,
and we will have, Pat, the world's fastest V-bottom boat.
And how fast does that boat go, Mike?
187 miles an hour.
I'll pass.
It's quick. You're not fishing off the back of it.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. Again, every year, I say every year because I hope you keep doing it. It's usually the first weekend of August is the poker run. Mike's going to stick around. We're going to talk more about the the Borden Light Marina and how it's gone from an oil field to a massive marina, and now he's a restaurateur as well. And there's so much going on there. So Lee will join me in a minute, and we'll continue here on Saltwater Sessions.
The Rhode Island Breakers' debut season in the Sport Fishing Championship has been a success on and off the water, with the state-of-the-art fishing simulators touring locations up and down the East Coast. Follow our social media for when the Breakers are coming to your town.
Welcome, Saltwater Sessions in the Galley. Tonight we are cooking striped bass fish tacos. Fresh striped bass, speared on Saturday in the slot limit. 3 striped bass by 3 spearos. John Heelan, Brian Horley, and myself, part of the Spearfishers Collaborative. Fillet knife down right by the tail piece so you have something to grab onto. Turn the knife right at the skin, grab it where you got that nub to hold onto, and just press that blade down against your cutting board, flex the blade, saw back and forth as you pull on the skin. Make little nugget sizes as they go into the tacos. Flour coat these. Now we're gonna make the batter. I'm just gonna do flour again, a lime seltzer. This is a smoked paprika. Then this is key. This is from the garden, dried, assorted hot peppers. You got Thai chilies, habaneros, and some banana peppers, salt and pepper. And we'll whisk it up. Dip your nuggets, drench them, place them into the oil. By the way, this oil, this is vegetable oil. You can use, some people use peanut oil, some people use avocado oil, any high heat oil. Fine. Flip them gently when they're ready, like golden brown like that. Just golden. Come on, I put them on a little paper towel to absorb the excess oil. Let them sit. We're gonna make the sides, fix it. Pico slaw and the crema. Sour creams in the food processor. Cilantro, a little bit of garlic that I diced up. We do a jalapeno, lime juice, 1 whole lime. Spoonful of sugar, teaspoon and a half, whatever. And then we zip it. Perfect. All right, last is the pico slaw. We got shredded red cabbage, more cilantro. We have diced tomatoes and avocado and jalapeno again. Apple cider vinegar, secret ingredient that makes this sing. Toss it up. Salt, pepper, sugar, same as the crema. All right, we're gonna plate them up. Grab some fish, 2 nuggets per. Straight bass, boom, boom. Slaw. Spanish rice also, if you like it. If you don't like the rice, you don't have to have the rice. Drizzle. Wrap and roll. Cheers, in the galley.
Hey, this is Jeffrey Osborne, and you're watching Saltwater Sessions on WPRi 12+.
I come to Borden Light Charity Poker Run because we're giving back. We're having fun, and we're giving back to the kids. We're making wishes come true.
Need for speed.
All right, welcome back to Saltwater Sessions, where we just heard from Mike Lund and Nicole Lund of Borden Light Marina and talking about the poker run. And vivid description of that race and charity. Love to hear it, because I didn't know half of that, so that was really interesting being in on that. Before we switch gears and talk about the history of Borden Light Marina and everything you've done with it, I have one more question about the run. We talked about the route, and that was very illuminating. Do the boats go to each stop and to get out, or do they rip through and just kind of pop through and wave, beep, beep, wave, wave?
They go to each stop and they collect a card from a deck of cards
so
that is sealed, that cannot be opened. And depending on how many hands they buy, depends on how many different cards they get. And at each stop, they get a card. And then at the dinner and the ceremony afterwards, we set up a whole table, and the cards are played just like you would play poker. And the dealers will take the cards, open them, flip them over. And the best hand, I think, wins $3,000 or $4,000.
So that's cool. I wasn't playing dumb. I swear to God, I did not know that's how it goes.
They play live, and then we'll auction off, live auction for a spare card. And that usually gets, once the bar's open, that usually gets quite a bit of money coming and gets it going.
That's great. See, I swear I wasn't playing dumb. I did not know that's how the poker run format works.
Each person gets a hand, so it's not the fastest boat. It's the best hand at the end of the day.
That makes it really cool.
Yeah. Evens out the field.
I love it. I love it. All right, so let's switch gears, because the Borden Light Marina has grown throughout the years and decades, and pretty much because of one family, right? And that's yours. So tell us about the history, maybe from the start.
Yeah, it's really the genesis of my father's idea to not be a lawyer anymore and run a business on the water that his family could be a part of and grow. And we started in the mid-'80s, and he often said, excuse me, he wished he started a Dunkin' Donuts and not a marina.
I disagree.
Because there was a recession shortly thereafter. But so we started real small with 70 or so slips, and it's all of a sudden almost 40 years goes by. But it was really the genesis of his idea, and he always believed boating or marinas were not competing against one another. They were competing with people's time, and you really had to make boating fun, and you had to make it family involved, and if you did that, then you would grow, and people would want to be a part of that. So we've tried to create an environment, as much as it's a private marina, but like a club, and they're part of a club, and the families, and I can't tell you how many boats we have in the marina that are owned by multiple generations.
Yeah.
And that really was through the eyes of my father.
Not to jump ahead too far, but talking about a club, there's a club that I know of on that premises called Tipsy Seagull. I think your hat has it.
Yeah.
And
that used to be his house, that now floats.
Right, tell us more about this. Wait,
yeah, the Tipsy Seagull was my houseboat.
No way.
Yeah, in my early years of college, and when I worked at the marina and was a security guard at night. And the true story of it was on land, and we threw a party, and the party went pretty late, and the neighbors didn't like it, and the building inspector and the fire department and the police came down, and they said, "You built a house on land without any permits," and we said, "It's a houseboat." And they said, "If that's a houseboat, it better stop floating, and you need to pick it up, and it needs to go in the water." And we said you didn't have jurisdiction. It's a houseboat. Well, so we picked it up. It fell the first time. We picked it up the second time, got the houseboat back together. And in light of the fact this is a fishing show, when I moved out, I rented it, and my friend lived in it, and he cut a hole in the floor. And he used to sit in a lounge chair
like ice fishing
and fish through the floor of the houseboat.
I did not know this.
Yeah, when it was heated with a wood stove. So when he moved out, it was starting to fall apart, and we picked it up and we put it on a small barge, which began a long process to get it permitted as a fun tiki type bar establishment.
It's fun.
And,
it's a fun.
So next year, oddly enough, that'll be 20 years old.
Wow, 20 years
Yeah.
of the Tipsy Seagull as a restaurant or as your house?
No, it's 30
Oh,
years
no.
as been out on the bay.
As a restaurant, okay,
And
I
it's
didn't know
20
that.
years as a restaurant and bar.
And then, Pat, I think there's some other restaurants that.
Well, the thing that's most amazing about the journey is, and I've seen the pictures, is that it's gone from an oil field to a marina to, then another restaurant pops up. Then you got the houseboat that's now one of the most popular spots on the bay for people to stop to hang out. And then you tear down an aluminum garage that used to have all your construction equipment in and other things. And now it's a Mexican restaurant, Morgan's Cantina. Is there anything else you want to, like, isn't that enough?
Yeah. Well, my wife and I ask ourselves
the
that.
third one, right?
But we built the Tipsy Seagull because we thought it would be a nice addition and help drive the marina. And then we created something there and all these employees, and then we bought a place up the street. And we said we need to keep these guys and girls working in the winter, and we started the Tipsy Toboggan.
Everything's tipsy.
Then we started that, and then my brother-in-law took that over. My wife and I had a couple of kids. Then we bought the oil tank farm on the side of us. We had an opportunity, and initially we were going to try and put a restaurant inside the oil tank. That didn't go so well.
Floating houses,
And,
oil tank restaurants.
And we ended up building the pier restaurant. And it's just really just trying to, as Fall River itself changes its identity and take advantage of what people do love, which is the water. And I think the power plant next door and the cooling towers has changed the landscape. And slowly, I think our city is bouncing back, and the perception's changing, and it's given us the opportunity to build these amenities. And then last year was a very big undertaking, and we built a very high-end, year-round waterfront restaurant called Morgan's Cantina. But it's a lot of work. But it's fun.
It's great development for the city. It really changes the identity of Fall River, and it's just great that you
And there's over 400.
keep making it better. and
Well,
better.
there's over 400 boat customers that you've also got to
There's
manage.
400 boats, and then we built a brewery. It's not ours. It's my brother-in-law
Canned
happen owns
Heat.
that Canned Heat.
Yeah.
That was part of
Good
the
beer
old
there.
oil tank facility. So
right.
it's funny, these massive tanks left that held oil, and now there's massive tanks that hold beer. And he's done a great job.
That's great. Yeah, and so every year you have events there. You have events in the winter at Morgan's, right?
Yep,
There's
yep.
a couple fun parties that I know that you promoted there that were a hit, right? Yeah, it's never out of ideas, it seems.
And
for the marina.
I think the biggest thing is the quality of water in the bay has increased dramatically, especially around in the city of Fall River. And so the water's cleaner, the fishing's better, the bay it's much better environmentally from the days of all the old mills and dyes, and so we're just a little piece in the wheel trying to get that better.
Final question for me is about the fact, Mike, that there's not too many family-owned marinas left really anywhere, but especially in our area. They keep getting bought up by these massive conglomerates. Why? I know you love it sometimes, and I know you want to keep it in the family, and you have a son who drives a front-end loader and a speedboat like someone in their 40s. Is that the reason why you want to keep it going, because you just want to keep it? Because I'm sure you've had opportunities to sell out and live happily ever after.
Pat, what's going on here?
An 8-year-old moving docks around at a marina.
And what 8-year-old is that? Euclid Lund. It's the Lund kid. It's the Lund kid. There he is. What's up, Mike? Yeah.
I have my wife to live happily ever after, so I don't.
You're covered there.
I'm covered there. So I just felt my father gave me an opportunity, and I've tried to do the best I can with it. And as long as my children continue to be engaged, you develop lifelong relationships with your customer base. But the marina business has changed dramatically in the last 10 years. I think the largest privately owned marina now, not only in Narragansett Bay, but I think potentially in New England. There's very few of us left. They're most owned by large organizations or corporations. So I think that's an asset to us. We understand our customer base. We're close with them. We can react to things. And at the end of the day, boating in New England has always been, relationships and closeness. It's never been a corporate entity, but it's changing. It's the way of the world, but we're going to try and hold on to our little piece as long as we can.
Well, that's great. It's an inspirational story, and it's for all the right reasons. And that's amazing that you guys do what you do with the poker run. Great hearing from both you and Nicole. We know that's there for the public every year, right? Poker run is every year.
Every year.
No plans on
No
slowing it
pressure,
down.
Mike. You just got to do it every year.
Every
year. And then the Tipsy Seagull in the restaurant.
Every year. Tipsy Seagull every year.
Every year.
And maybe early spring
Mark your
we'll do a Saltwater Sessions fishing tournament.
Maybe we had a fishing tournament. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think you
Breaking
should add a
right
fishing
now on the
tournament
show.
to this podcast.
Guess who won't be going to your fishing tournament? This guy.
I don't fish.
Doesn't even eat fish.
I don't even eat fish, but
wow.
I can drink, and most fishermen drink.
It's
so.
never too late. Thanks for coming on the show.
All right.
Borden Light Marina, Tipsy Seagull, and all the properties there. And thanks for everything. We'll see you on the water and on the docks.
Thank you.
Why wait in line at the pump? Juiced Fuel delivers gas and diesel straight to your boat, your fleet, your driveway, on your schedule. Ditch the pump. Let's get juiced.
All right, remember, Saltwater Sessions, this show is not just about what Pat and I are doing on and around the water. It is about you, the viewers, and everybody in Rhode Island that loves the water and the beach and everything coastal-related lifestyle. SaltwaterSessions.tv, you can go, you can watch the shows if you dive in, or you can tell us. You click on either one, you're going to get to the same page on WPRi.com/Saltwater Sessions, and we would like to hear from you. What do you want to see on the show? Do you want more of the people we interview, more places, pursuits, the ocean, bay, and beach, or even food, drink, and cooking, which is the #1, Pat?
Yeah, it's in the lead.
Or we just mix it up and do all of it, and then you'll hear from our sponsor, Juiced Fuel. This is where we want you to submit your pictures, your videos, your saltwater life moments. And it's all sponsored by Juiced Fuel, which is fuel for your car, boat, or fleet. Thank you to our sponsor for coming aboard. So, submit your pictures, Saltwater Sessions.